Hello, I'm Heidi Hall with Tennessean.com. I'm here today with Will Minkoff on the Twitter handle Nash Severe WX. Of course, I don't even have to tell anyone because you've got 21.2 thousand followers as of this morning. Tell me a little bit about your fame and how you got started.
It started with a good friend of mine, David Drobny. We're now good friends. We started as total strangers. Both had Twitter accounts. Both were passionate about talking to people about Twitter, or about the weather on Twitter. And we're running in parallel paths, and he reached out to me, and we met, had a sandwich, and decided we'd try this together. A couple big storms later, some little bit of press coverage, and we're one of the biggest people on Twitter doing weather right now.
I'm telling you, you have a very devoted following. I'm among them. I'm among them. I'm getting my weather news from you guys.
Spread the word.
But you say you're tweeterologist. You're not meteorologist.
That's right. All our information is derivative. We have a relationship with the National Weather Service. We also have some pretty interesting computer software that allows us to know more about storms than maybe somebody with just a Weather Channel app or something like that on their phone. But we're able to tell people succinctly about the weather and move on from there.
Let's just dive into why you're here today.
Sure.
The serious news. Hashtag Snow Dome.
The Snow Dome.
Yeah, so the predictions and forecasts this year, terrible on all accounts because of the Snow Dome.
The Snow Dome has definitely impacted us. I talked about the Snow Dome on Twitter just last night. We had a thin band of snow that looked like it was tracking right for us. It got to Robertson County and just broke into a million pieces.
So in short, we have a dome of protection
over
Nashville.
It would seem that way. Who knows really what's causing it? Some people think it's just bad luck. Some people think there's a scientific answer, but it's happening nonetheless.
So you actually asked some of your followers what the reasons were in that?
Yeah, we got some really interesting responses from our followers about what's causing the Snow Dome. There have been now 3 or 4 forecasts that predicted snow. We said Snow Dome, and we asked them what they thought it was caused by, and they said everything from how hot the hot chicken is in Nashville to how hot the people are in Nashville to one person even surmised it was Lane Kiffin.
That's right. So to explain a little bit more about the meteorological issue of the Kiffin effect.
We feel like since Lane Kiffin was in Tennessee, maybe it was some kind of curse that we haven't received so much snowfall. The snow fans believe that. And that now that he's in Alabama, they're getting absolutely hammered by some really big winter weather, 4 inches of snow in places in Alabama and ice and stuff like that. And people think that his presence there is what's causing all the problems.
So whatever side you're on, loving snow, hating snow, he's at the center of the argument.
He's at the center of the argument, either way you go.
But in all seriousness, why would anyone in their right mind be rooting for more snow for Nashville? And if they are, why don't they just move north?
Well, some people really like the days off from school. Some of our younger followers, some of our educator followers maybe look forward to a day off. I personally just like having a pretty blanket of snow on the ground every once in a while.
But you have a 4-wheel drive car.
I do have a big 4-wheel drive. If you follow me on Twitter at WTM3, you'll see a couple pictures of my Jeep, which I really like driving through the snow, and that may be my reason. Others just like to go sledding and have fun with it.
So you said you're ready for 3 feet.
I'm ready. I really do wish it would snow, just 3 feet of snow. Really.
So, but would we ever have anything like that?
It's really unlikely. Our snow totals, from the serious standpoint, the scientific answer, our snow totals are traditionally really low. Our official average is, I think, somewhere between 5 and 6, but that's skewed because of some big snowfalls, just some freak things that have happened in the last 10 or 15 years. But really, we're not set up for a lot of snow. We're situated in a valley. We have a ridge around town of about 500 to 700 feet. That could have something to do with it. We're far enough north where there's a lot of dry air, but we're far enough south where there's a lot of moisture. We're kind of in that middle zone where those two things, moisture and cold air, don't converge yet. They're talking about maybe tonight there being some convergence, but there's always a dry air column that we really have to worry about.
So looking forward to the rest of tonight, tomorrow, another chance of it out there.
There's a chance. We had a conference call this afternoon. We have a great relationship with the National Weather Service. We're lucky enough that as just a couple amateur guys, not meteorologists, not really broadcast people, they let us in on some of their information. And the call today was, we really don't know. It's one of the hardest forecasts we've ever tried to do. And so really, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. We'll know more as the night goes on, but we just kind of have to wait and see.
You know, one of the Tennessean reporters tried to get in on those conference calls and was told to take a hike.
Really?
But you guys are in on it.
We're in on it. We also have access to Nashville's chat room for the Weather Service. We get to see some behind-the-scenes things about their thinking, why they come out with a forecast or why they're warning a certain storm. We can pass not all of that information, but some of that information to our followers. And I think our followers, we talked about a rise in popularity, I think they get a sense that we are a little bit connected in the information that we get.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So what I like about following Nash Severe WX on Twitter is, first of all, it's extremely local to Nashville. So it's just Nashville and one other county. Right?
It's Davidson and Williamson County.
Right. So Davidson and Williamson County, and then the other thing is you guys talk back.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just call up the fella at Channel 5 and.
Well, you can, and he might take your call, but I mean, during something really severe, he's going to be pretty busy, and he probably gets a lot of those phone calls. But I think just the nature of Twitter allows us to be a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, I guess you make a good point.
Yeah.
I could try that, but when I tweet to you guys,
Yes,
sometimes you tweet
it's our policy to really to be engaged as much as we can. When this whole thing started, we were only really active on Twitter during severe weather, maybe a day before a severe storm or when a severe storm was encroaching on neighboring counties. We decided that to have an engaged audience and to make people not forget us, we decided to do a morning forecast and an evening forecast, and now I think we do 3 forecasts a day. We do our website, which gets a lot of traffic, and a blog on that website that gives a lot of in-depth information, and I think is probably one of the funniest parts of what we do. We try to add a little bit of humor into things. I think our blog post today contains references to Dumb and Dumber. It's got a GIF of a shark, a couple other really funny things on there that we use to try to explain what's going on.
Well, funny you should mention that. That brings us to my final question. This is the hard one. I'll save the toughest one for last. Panic Catfish. Panic Catfish.
Who is Panic Catfish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I don't know anything about Panic Catfish. Panic Catfish is a mysterious creature that comes out, really overreacts, gets really loud, is really good with Siri apparently, because I don't think he has fingers, and follows us, but really freaks some people out.
Yeah, and I noticed that when Panic Catfish appears, he always has a loaf of bread in one arm, or one fin.
Yeah,
excuse me,
fin, right.
and a gallon of milk in the other.
He is the model for all of those that panic when there's just the slightest little bit of snow talk. This year, really, it's been people aren't as gun shy, I guess. They don't hear snow and immediately flood Kroger because it's happened to us 3 or 4 times. We're in the snow dome this year, and it's happened a lot.
Well, I will continue to hope for snow dome protection, whatever's causing it.
Not
We'll
me. I'm rooting against it.
Ready for the lifting of the snow dome. But hopefully we can find some common ground.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for watching